I also think that in these kinds of discussions about Africa that we have we tend to privilege the nation state as a unit of analysis to access. And this is another way of thinking about urbanization. If you look at the West African coast, for example, you see, you will see the emergence. It's already visible now if you travel from Abidjan, for example, to Lagos by road. And I think it will become increasingly visible over the coming decades that we're seeing the emergence of African megalopolises, which are basically extended urbanized regions that spill over national borders and are units of analysis that escape the nation-state lens that we're so used to focusing through in terms of thinking about Africa. And that these are tremendously important, especially in situations of sub-maximal governance. Nigeria has been a very interesting example in this regard in the last decade or two. Lagos State, Lagos being the most populous city in Africa, actually one of the most populous cities is contested, but one of the most populous cities in Africa has, in a situation of relatively modest dependence on national oil receipts, has been a terrific growth story. And Lagos is spilling out westward, essentially absorbing into its socio-economic, cultural space actual whole countries. So Benin, Togo, and now reaching Ghana. If you visit Accra, Ghana, as I've done a few times in the last couple of years, you see immense communities of Lagosians who have settled in Ghana and are in banking and other services, really providing a lot of dynamism to the Ghanaian economy in ways that are, I think, highly under-recognized. There's a highway being built eastward from Ivory Coast that will soon reach the border with Ghana, joining up with a highway that is being rebuilt in Ghana, a coastal highway that eventually will form part of a trans-West African highway system that is essentially going to merge several very large cities into one megalopolis. So you will have an uninterrupted urban, high-density urban corridor that will extend over 500 miles from Abidjan through Ghana to Accra, subsuming Lomé and Cotonou, and finally reaching Lagos in southwestern Nigeria. This is not the only place in Africa this is happening. These sorts of urbanization stories that are superseding the national, the nation-state lens for understanding things. This is something that's taking place in lots of different places, and I think deserves to be looked at much more carefully.